Jenkins. Can everyone say Mrs. Jenkins? Very good. That's what you call me when you need me today, okay? Now, I like to have the interactive art docent segments, presentations, all right? Because if I'm standing here doing it by myself, it's no fun for you, right? But I want to remind you guys that art is safe. There are no wrong answers, right? You know, like when you're teaching math, you know there's an absolute answer. Not here. You're entitled to your own opinion. And that's why this class is so much fun, right? Now, today we're going to do a review of everything that we've learned up until 5th grade. And we're going to do it kind of looking at 200 years in American art. All right? Are you guys ready to go? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm going to show you something. Scary thing, right? Okay. So, we've gone through this throughout the years, right? We know line, we know texture, we know implied texture, we know movement, we know contrast. Is there any one, you kind of a gray area that don't necessarily remember either one of these principles or elements? Everyone's got it? All right. Today we're going to focus on contrast, rhythm, emphasis, balance, movement, basically everything on this side, right? But sometimes the elements go into these. For instance, when we talk about diagonal lines, what does that mean? Movement, right? Yes, of course. Definitely. We're going to talk a lot about that. Do you guys remember the term unity, though? Because sometimes that's a tricky topic. Anybody? No? All right. Unity is when all of these come together. And it's your opinion of all of those coming together. Make sense? All right. Now, I need 2 helpers right now. I want to ask a question, though. Does everybody want to participate today?
Yes.
So far. All right. You're starting with number 1, and where does the class end? What's your final number? 29. 29. Okay. So is it okay if I just call out numbers?
Yeah.
Because it's difficult for me to look at all of you going, oh, me, and because I want to call on all of you, right? All right, here we go. Let's start with 3 and 13. 3, oh, perfect, right here. All right. Here's what I need your help with. Can you walk around with this one? Now, guys, if you have anything cluttered around your desk, push it in so nobody trips, okay? And then, if you can walk the opposite way with this one, okay? Try to hold it up a little higher so everybody can see. Now, with these, we're going to be focusing on balance, movement, rhythm, and pattern. Awesome. Very good. Thank you. Can we put one of them over here? And can I have Christina's world over here, please? Thank you. Wow, you're good at that. You're really good at that. Thank you very much. Okay, let's start. Now, first question. Balance. Everybody knows what balance is, right? Okay, good. Which one of these two, in your opinion, has more balance? Let's see a show of hands, and you can only vote once. Who thinks this one has more balance? Who thinks this one has more balance? I think so too, right? But why? Why do you think this one has more balance? Yes?
Because the streets seem to be at an equal balance.
Exactly. I agree. Totally, right? Not only that, it's kind of, repetition. There's a pattern going right straight along the top, right? Now, let's test this theory. Because you guys said this one has more balance, right? All right. We look at it this way. We look at it this way. Does it still have balance?
Yes.
Yes, I think you guys did a good choice there. Now, I'm going to challenge you over here. Christina's one. If I were to cover this and turn it this way, does it have balance now?
No.
Let's see. Are they even? No, you still don't see it? It's a little bit more of a balance, right? If they're on the even plane, right? All right. But, good choice. That one for balance for sure. Now, let's talk about movement. Who thinks this one has more movement? Okay. And I'm guessing you're thinking this one doesn't have that much movement, correct? All right. Now, why do you think this one has movement? Yes?
Because you can see her hair blowing in the wind and it looks like she was moving.
Good point, absolutely. Anyone else see something else there for movement? Yes?
You can kind of see the grasses in all different angles.
Absolutely. Anyone else? Yes?
You can see the birds.
Good for you, very good. Now, let's talk about movement for eye movement. Does that make sense? So when you look at a painting, right, so you know the grass isn't moving, there's no wind coming at you right now, right? This is implied texture, implied movement, correct? So, question, what is the first thing you saw when you saw this piece? Yes?
The girl.
The girl, absolutely. Why is that? Yes?
Because her dress is kind of light and everything else.
Yes, exactly. So what are we looking at here? Are we looking at emphasis and contrast, maybe?
Yeah.
Do you think the artist wanted you to see her first? So he put her smack dab in the middle? And now tell me about the three parts of the painting. You've got the foreground, the blank ground, and the mid, and the, yes.
The background?
The background is?
The background is the houses.
Exactly. What is the midground on this one? Yes.
The field.
The field, exactly. And the foreground obviously is her, right? Now, eye movement. Movement. Not just movement, implied movement, but real movement. Your eye probably started here, and it might have gone here to here, and maybe back around again, kind of in this kind of formation. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about this one? Is there any movement here at all? You can say no. Yes.
No, because they usually buildings are still.
Exactly. You know buildings don't move. They're not going to sing and dance for you, are they, right? Exactly. Yes.
There's also like no people or birds.
That's right. We'll get into that in just a minute. So with this one, now I suppose if you look at these, the series of windows going straight across, what could that be in using our art words? What could that be over here? Yes.
A pattern?
Absolutely a pattern, for sure. Now, is that we also have complementary colors as well, right? We've got the reds and the yellows and the greens on the bottom, so it's probably a really good example of that. Now, in my last class that I taught, though, someone said they did see movement. Yes?
Maybe the shadows.
The shadows would definitely have movement, wouldn't it? Based on the time of day, good point. They saw the barber pole, right? Yeah, I know. Well, I know one of you guys were going to say it for sure. But, you know, so because we know what it looks like in real life, correct? But also, this is where we get the contrast and the emphasis, correct? He put it right there for you to see it. Make sense? Okay, good. All right, now, I need a decent reader with a strong voice. Who can do this for me? Let's see, how about you? Can you read this part for me? You can stand up.
So the whole paragraph?
Yep.
Okay, extra background. Tell the students that at the time Hopper was painting, few artists had attempted to paint American cities. He was interested in the pictorial possibilities in the city's geometric forms. He concentrated on the city's environment and architectural structures and chose to paint scenes at the times of day when few or no people were around. He was strongly interested in light and its effect on architectural forms.
Bravo. Nice job. Okay, now, question. I'm going to tell you the name of this painting, though I bet you could probably guess it. It is called Early Sunday Morning. Make sense? Will you remember that if you see it sometime? Yes, and this one's called Christina's World. Okay? All right, we're going on to the next two prints. These we're going to focus on emphasis, contrast, and movement. I need two brave souls to walk some prints around for me. What about number 21 and number 11? Wow, that was easy too. Okay, here we go. You ready? You want to see it first? You got it? Okay, here we go. Now, I've already planted a seed in telling you what you're going to be looking for. So here's my magic seeds. Emphasis, contrast, and movement. Emphasis, contrast, and movement. Right? You got your hand up already. Good, I'm liking that. Nice. All right. I'm going to turn this one this way because, put that one in front of Christina's world, please. Thank you, thank you. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, thank you. All righty, now. Boy, oh boy, difficult question here. I'm going to start with the hardest question first. You guys ready? Here we go. Which one of these has more movement? This one or this one? Okay, now, for those of you that said this one has more movement, you got to tell me why. Who haven't I called on? If I've already called on you, put your hand down. So I'd like to go, yes, tell me.
Because you can see the rainbow and the flag and the water and the same.
That's right, absolutely. Who saw something else? Yes.
They're also moving the row.
The oars, the legs, right? And what kind of lines are those making? Give me an answer. Diagonal lines. And diagonal lines show? Very good, very good. Now, anyone else have anything else regarding movement? Oh, okay, you have something. What is it?
The flag is moving up there.
What is that?
The flag bending and moving.
The flag is moving. Yes, is that what you're going to say too? Oh, I'll get you next time. All right. Absolutely. This is, yes.
People are standing up.
They're all over the place in this, aren't they? Right? Absolutely. Now, this one is called Washington Crossing the Delaware, 1851. He's actually a German artist. His name is Lloyd. I need a brave soul though before we go into the movement for the next one. What had I called on though? Come on over. All right. Take this tape measure and keep walking. I'll tell you when to stop. We don't run out of room. Right here. See this distance? Everyone see it? That's how big this is in real life.
Oh my God.
The people are life size. He's German. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. Yes. So if you're standing in front of this, I mean, just right. It's called theater painting. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Will you guys remember that? If you see this in real life, will you remember Mr. Haug's class?
Yeah.
21 feet long, 10 feet high. It's just like you're there. Does that make sense? Theater painting. All right? All right, now we're going to go on a movement with this one. Actually, let's save movement for last. But most of you guys said you didn't really technically see movement in this one compared to this one anyway. Right? All right. Let's go on to contrast. Actually, no, let's do emphasis first. Emphasis. Which one, what's the first thing you saw in this one? Who haven't I called on? Yes.
The flag?
The flag. The first thing is why? Because it's in the middle. Good point. Anyone else see something else? Yes.
I saw the man standing.
Who is that man standing?
Washington.
Yes. If you didn't know it was George Washington, would the emphasis still be on that person? Of course, right? Yes. But you know, it's interesting how the artist wants you to see him. There's like, halo around him. He's standing proud in the middle of the ship with the flag behind him, right? This is a perfect example of emphasis. Wouldn't you agree? Totally, right? Now, contrast. He created contrast in him having a dark hat with a light background. Makes sense? Right? Of course. Now, let's talk about this one. Contrast. What do we see in this one? Contrast. Yes?
You see the cans, but the yellow dots kind of are a little like popping in.
And what could that be given these over here? What could that be, those dots?
Pattern?
Yes! Good job. It's a pattern. Absolutely. Now, could you say this has some rhythm too?
Yeah.
Can you clap it out, right? It would be like this, right? It wouldn't be all over the place, but I would agree with that, wouldn't you? Does anyone else have anything else to tell me about this painting? Yes. Or did you want to go with this one? So you're looking over here. Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
Well, I actually forgot.
Don't worry about it. We'll get back to you. Oh, anyone else? Yes.
There's a lot of pattern and
There's a lot of pattern in the cans. Absolutely. Now, I'm going to challenge you on something. I know when we first started talking about this, you said that this one has more movement, right? Because there actually looks like they're moving, correct?
yeah.
No, I got a question. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. And when you open them, I'm going to ask you which the first can you saw. You ready? Open. All right. What's the first can you saw? Where is it?
Every can.
Every can. Did you see one in particular?
I kind of saw the middle one.
Up here someplace? What about you? What's the first one you saw? Down there?
This one right
All
here.
right. So let me ask you something. So far, all of you saw a different can first, correct? What's the second can you saw? And the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, right? So seeing your eye was moving all over the paintings, looking at the different cans. Could we now say that there might be some movement in here? Yeah, exactly. All right, I've got another really difficult question for you. What do you think the name of this painting is? Ooh. Okay, how about you over there? Close. Yes. Okay. We can go alphabet soup. We can do all of our favorite flavors, right? It's called 100 cans. That's a tough one, right? Why? There's 100 cans. Exactly. So when you see this in real life, this is in Buffalo, New York. When you see this in real life, it's done by Andy Warhol, and he wanted to bring kind of mass-marketed products, art, to people. He started silk screening, and we'll go into a lot with Warhol in future lessons. You have a question, though?
I have a comment.
A comment, go.
I can see that all the cans are different because on the bottom they have the black things, and there's one that's like really different.
There is a little bit right here, huh? I actually wondered when I first saw that for the first time if someone actually penciled that in. But I saw that, I noticed that too. Good for you. All right, so let's see. We've got emphasis, contrast, and okay. Contrast obviously is the red and the white, right? Okay. Anyone else have anything else to say about this? All right, I need another good reader that can project their voices. Mr. Howe, can you pick someone for me?
Sure, go ahead, Dominic.
All right, Dominic, come on, get up. Read this first paragraph, please. Just to there. Yes, exactly.
Shall we read extra background?
Sure, go for it.
Extra background. Through these paintings were created in different eras. They are both considered icons in American art. One is an example of a specific moment and place in time, and the other is an image that can be seen in any supermarket in any town at any time. Warhol's emphasis is the paintings is not the importance of the soup or content, but more the packaging and the familiar recognition.
Good.
Well, like that, the crossing of the Delaware by Washington has taken on myth, like imagery, in the minds of Americans. The image of symbolism of the crossing is more important than why he crossed.
Very good. Excellent. Okay, we're going to move on from these two unless someone else has got something else to say. Yes.
And now in this one you can see the movement because of the horses in the background. But one of their they kind of look like they're like moving, like one of them is jumping up and one of them is like maybe like looking like it's shaking its head around.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. You got all the movement. There's a lot of movement in there. We have to go on the roll, get to the other two. I'm sorry, guys. But I will be here for the rest of the year. Hopefully I'll have your class every month. So that'd be really cool. All right, here we go. Two more brave souls. Let's say 9 and what's the last number in the class? 29. Oh, you reeled me in on that one, didn't you? Good for you. All right, here we go. Ready? You have this one, and you have this one. And yours is this one if you want to take a peek while you're walking around. Go the opposite way though, so yeah. All right, nice and high. Careful not to trip. Okay. I'm not going to tell you the name of the abstract one because I think we can figure it out as we go. Actually, we can probably figure out the title of both of them as we go. But what we're going to talk about right now is non-representational and representational. Boy, is that an easy question. What do you guys think, right? Which one is representational? Right? Why? Why? Why is that one representational? Yes?
because there are like actual objects on it. Like that one's just kind of like a whole bunch of stuff.
Exactly, exactly. Good point. Okay, thank you. Can you put that one right there for me? Definitely. Representational means you know what it is, right? Do we know what this is? Yes, representational. Non-representational. This is a good example of non-representational. Actually, you know what? Let me move these out of the way really quick. Here we are. All right, perfect. So we have that term nailed, right? Representational, non-representational. Perfect. All right, now we're going to go on to, actually, let me tell you a little bit about this one first. I saw that, I remember the very first time I saw this. What do you think it is? Not that it has to be anything, but it was something the first time I saw it. I'm just curious if someone else saw it. Yes. Yes.
Me?
Yeah, you.
The sky.
Yeah, here-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Anything else?
Like in a window or something, like a broken glass or something.
Like here or here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Did anyone else see something else? Yes.
I saw sort of a cave. Like
A cave?
inside.
Okay, what about you?
I kind of saw like a theater, like those are the backs of chairs, and then
Really? That's interesting. So this is what's so cool about non-representational art. Because you don't know what it is, it's a great conversation piece. Make sense?
Yeah.
I saw, the first time I saw it, to me it reminded me of water, like a waterfall kind of thing, right? But then, when I heard what the title was, it's called Free Fall. So it kind of makes sense, right? But it also goes into the way that this was created. This artist's name is Helen Frankenthaler. Jackson Pollock was her inspiration. What she would do is pour onto an untreated canvas and rub it in with turpentine, so it almost looked like stains. Does that make sense? Like, you know when you stain your shirt, it actually looks like it's stained, where if you drop paint on it, it looks completely different. Does that make sense? So in real life, this is very, very interesting, very unusual, okay? Now, over here, what do we have here? Yes?
A little girl, her mother trying like washing her feet.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what the title is called. You ready? It's called The Bath. 1893, Marie Cassatt. She's a very important American artist. She was the first female and the first American to join the Impressionist group in France. So, really important artist. And we'll talk more about her as the year goes on. Now, let's get in a little bit deeper with these. Balance. Let's talk about balance. Which one of these has more balance? Or do you think they have equal balance? I don't know. So who thinks this one has more balance? Who thinks this one has more balance? Who thinks they both have balance? And you all are right. So I guess an argument can be made is, you see how this is kind of bordered in with this iris color, you know, this lighter color? It's kind of framing it in to create balance. Does that make sense? And it's the movement is in the middle of the painting. We can say the same thing here with the carpet, the chest of drawers, because these are smack dab in the middle, right? So there's the balance. Do we see movement on these?
Yeah.
Yes.
maybe on this one with like maybe the mom or whatever she is,
Mhm.
like rubbing the baby's feet in the water.
Absolutely. And because the line is taking you down,
Yeah.
right? Does it also, your eye is moving you around this work? What's the first thing you saw when you saw it?
Probably the baby,
The baby? Why?
because maybe the skin is lighter.
And which is creating a
contrast.
and
Emphasis.
perfect. You got it. Exactly. Bravo. That was an easy one, right? Yes.
Also kind of like how their feet looks like it's kind of moving.
Well, and you certainly, because their eyes are looking down, it's certainly creating movement to look down, right?
Yeah.
But this one kind of did that for me too when I saw it for the very first time. Yes.
It's moving that one too because you see that red streak, it looks like it's falling.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That one and the other one, you can see the water moving.
Definitely.
The mom is like watching her hair.
Definitely. Now, these have patterns, right? This is easy stuff. Where are the patterns here? We have it in the dress, we have it in the wallpaper, we have it in the rug, we have it in the chest of drawers, correct?
Yeah.
But, does this one have pattern?
No.
Do you see a little something? Maybe rhythm?
Yeah.
And where would it be if it were there? Yes.
Maybe the
Here or here?
Like,
Up here?
yeah.
Okay. And anyone else see something else? You. Where do you see it?
At the bottom.
Right over here? Yeah, for sure. I see a little bit there and actually up here as well. Very good. Very good, everybody. All right, so let's see. Our vocabulary words today were balance, emphasis, movement, rhythm, scale portion, which goes back to Christina's world, representational art, non-representational art, abstract art. So this is an abstract art. And pop art. Pop art was the Campbell soup cans. Make sense? And we're going to go into that much later on. All right, so let's see. I think that's it. I have got choices and leave behinds. You guys remember this from last year? Yeah. All right, here we go. We've got a couple choices. You can only vote once, okay? This one. This is Edward Hopper. Remember the city scene that we looked at with the balance, right? And this one is, can anyone guess who this is?
Sheep.
Warhol. Yeah. Anyway, all right, show of hands, who wants this one? Show of hands, who wants this one? All right, I guess you're getting this one. Okay, and then one last thing is we have the Art Docent bookmark, okay? So on the back are the elements and the principles, because as we move on through 5th grade, we're going to get into more trickier topics and conversations. So I want you guys to be familiar with these if you can. Stick it in whatever book you're reading. And on the front is our website, and there's also a link to where you can create your own work on our website. All right? All right, everyone. Okay, so what's my name again? And I will see you next month. Thank you very much.
What do you guys say to Mrs. Jenkins?
You're welcome.
Very cool.
So I'm Julie Jenkins. I've been an art docent for 6 years at Los Gatos Schools, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation for 5th grade American art over the last 200 years. See you next time.
Hi, I'm Michelle Bene. I'm president of the Art Docents of Los Gatos. We've been serving the Los Gatos Union School District community of students since 1973. We are entirely nonprofit, and we get into the children's classrooms about 8 to 9 times a year. We provide print presentations, guest artists, workshops, and the end of the year art show. So please support us, come to our events. Feel free to enjoy our art show at the end of the year and see all of the good things that the children have accomplished. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nilgün Kurdi, and I'm with Art Docents since 2010, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. It's wonderful. I recommend it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Oh, yes, the hi-ho. Hi-ho. It's home. Where do I go?